Hi, this is Ryan with Jedi Master Tech. Today we have the Fang. This is a XenoRGB Baselit Saber. One of the nice things about this particular saber is not only is it fantastic exactly as it is and how I've built it, but it also can grow with you. This particular saber is the same platform that I built my current primary saber off of, and I still use it today. So I upgraded it many times. It's currently a Profi and I love it. But this is a fantastic entry point, a lot of fun exactly as it is, and some really good features. So I'm going to walk you through what we have here. So the top is a forked Fang type emitter that just allows you to see the blade through that section. Looks really nice. I've got a custom built blade plug that I've made and added in here that just makes it so you can carry this around with you for cosplay or costume parties or anything like that without worrying about shining somebody in the eye, and you can still turn it on. The other thing I added here is the pommel. The customer had me swap this out from the traditional pommel, and I actually think it looks really nice like this. And additionally, a CoverTech wheel for hanging it on the belt, and that this build comes with a clip to carry that on your belt. Let's talk about some of the features. As I mentioned, this is a XenoRGB, and if we open this up and take a look on the inside, just screw that back out. Okay, couple things here. I prefer the Lexon cards for the Xeno. They just run a little bit better. They're faster, and so I do swap those out. This is an 18650 lithium battery, and it has a custom wrap on it with some Arabish on it, which looks nice. And I also swap out the speakers on these. So rather than the stock speakers, this particular one is a Smuggler's Outpost. The 8-ohm one works great in these builds, sounds really good. You can charge it externally, so no need to open this like it is right now to get to the charging port. And real simple operation here. One of the nice things about the Xeno platform is that they have the Bluetooth built right in. The app is really capable, and so you can program this by pulling the card out and doing additional things on a computer, but you can also connect to this with your Bluetooth on a phone, either Android or iPhone, through the Xeno Configurator app, and do things like changing colors, swapping sound fonts, doing additional effects like which lighting effect and so forth right from the app, which makes it really convenient. Let me go ahead and put that back on, and then I'll show you the charging feature. One of the things that I did special on this particular build is that I designed a custom sound package to go along with this. I call it the Builder. It's inspired by Huyang, and you will hear that throughout the menu systems. Let me go ahead and plug this in for our first look at that. So when you plug in a Xeno, charging, you get that charging, and of course it's in the Builder voice. Okay, let's go ahead and power this on so you can see that blade plug. Just hold it for a moment until it beeps, and that'll power up. That's the custom sound package that I put on all of my Xeno builds. And then here's that blade plug. If I turn on the saber or ignite the saber, you can see that lights up that area really nicely and doesn't blind anybody at the same time. If you've seen a Baselit saber, they will project that light all the way to the ceiling, and if you look in there, they're incredibly bright, which they have to be able to shine up into the blade. Okay, this does have full gesture control, and my Jedi Master Tech control package, which is just a lot easier to learn and intuitive. Let's go ahead and put a blade in this so I can show you how this works. This does use a 2mm Allen key to remove the retention screws, and there's 3 of them. The kit comes with a 2mm Allen key, so you don't have to use a tool like mine. There's that blade plug. Put that aside. Okay. And let's get a quick look at this blade. Here is a Baselit blade. The biggest difference obviously is there's no electronics in these, so if you have them out, you want to make sure you keep that dust cap on there. But they're right all the way up inside there. You see a couple things. First of all is they have a film on the inside that adds to the reflection, multiple wraps, and then at the very top there's a reflective surface on the back side of that tip, and so that'll cause this to light up. And to put this in, just rest that right down inside there. Make sure it's nice and sturdy. Always start with one side when you have two like this. Otherwise, you end up with a pivot point, and you want to go all the way to the side and then go to the other side, tighten that up. And then I really like when there's a third one there because you can just make sure that doesn't go anywhere. So that's how you secure the blade. Nice and easy. You might need to tighten that periodically depending on how hard you're battling. So just keep an eye on it so those don't pop out. There are extra screws that come in the pack of goodies here. So if you need to swap one out, you've got them. All right. And so we'll go ahead and turn that on. All right. And you can see this is with the full lights. It's still pretty bright, even with that. I'm going to turn the lights off, though, so you can see that with the lights out. Okay, not in complete darkness, but it should give you an idea of how this Baselit performs. There you go. So really lighting up, right? Now, Baselit, obviously, you can see that it's brightest at the bottom, but still goes all the way up through the blade, well lit. You know, on camera, sometimes anything that's brighter is always going to look even brighter on camera, but still gives you an idea. Okay. Try a couple different here. So there's green.
Codex of light.
Right. And you can see if we do like a blaster block and we click on the button, we can get flash. That one's kind of a funny font.
Serenity. Dark Ages. Wraith. Cyber Terror.
Right. Clash as well. You can see it flashes. Right. Right. And you can even get that fade out with a Baselit like this. Right, like this pink especially. Not sure if that's coming out on camera, but just incredibly bright. Looks really good. Well lit all the way through. There's that flash. Or here again a clash, right? These are really responsive too. Okay. The control set, there's the full instructions included with the Saber, but to change the lighting effects, you point it up, hold the button, and clash. I usually just use the back of my fist just like that. So you can go like this. Flash blade.
Steady. Unstable. Pulse.
So pulse like this.
Flash blade.
Flash blade. Steady is just like it sounds, just straight on.
Unstable.
And unstable. I like that on this one, right? And then you can hold it down to go through the ignition effects. There's just a couple here. Blaster mode. You can do something like this where you're shooting a blaster. Right? Or the next one. Ghost mode. This one's kind of cool. Is if you hold still, it kind of dims out to almost nothing. And then as soon as you move, it lights up. Okay. And then last one. Back to standard mode. And so that just gives you the standard ignition like this. Okay. All right. So as you can tell, there's a lot of features packed into this RGB. It is a lot of fun. And even as an RGB, there are some meaningful features and variety between the sound fonts, the functionality of the lighting effects, ignition effects, and so forth. So really a good solid saber, as I mentioned. The other piece here is that because it is Xeno at its core, an upgrade doesn't mean swapping out everything. Just swapping out an emitter and getting a blade puts you into the pixel range. And so this is really a good opportunity to grow without having something that just becomes obsolete, but really becomes the platform to build on. I love this saber. I especially love the builder menu fonts. As you can see, if we go into our volume level,
Medium volume. Low volume. Volume muted. High volume.
we've got that builder sound pack throughout the entire menu system in the entire saber. Really a nice custom feature that I think you'll really enjoy. One other thing about this is there is a hidden Easter egg. I'll just mention it has something to do with the battery level, and I will leave it at that. And with all of that, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out and enjoy.